Okay, my name is Lisha Faye, and I'm a stylist, coming up stylist. I would say, obviously, I'm very beginner, very start up, but I have worked with a few Coventry rappers that are also coming up. So, I mean, I would say my most that I'm the thing that I'm most proud of is I styled for a magazine. It's called Sick Magazine. It's literally a new magazine, but just seeing my name in the corner of the page, and it was styled by Lisha Faye. That just made me feel this is what I want to do. That just made me happy. That was probably one of the most times that I was like, okay, this is actually something, because before that I was like, I'm doing it as a uni thing, and then that was also one of the first times that I did something outside of uni. So yeah, but that was and it's when people see your name, it's just crazy. If someone picks it up, they can literally be anywhere in the world, but they're reading my name. That's insane to me. Just, I've heard a lot of people tell me oh yeah, you put that shit on all the time, and they just gas me up. I like that people appreciate my outfits and stuff, but you know what I appreciate the most is I've styled this shoot for a fashion design student. They just made their new collection, and I styled a shoot for that, and because it was so different to my aesthetic, but I still managed to style it well, and they were like, oh, you styled this so good, thank you, couldn't have done it without you, and they were like, I never would have thought of that. And when people say that to me, it just makes me gas, because I'm like, oh, I actually have a unique a unique thought sometimes. But yeah, and that was cool, because it was one of those things that I don't normally have that aesthetic. So for me, it was out of my comfort zone, but also yeah, it was just because it was out of my comfort zone. It was just more. It meant more than, because obviously I'm less confident in that area. If someone tells me to style a streetwear shoot, I'm like, okay, cool. And if they say, oh yeah, you did sick, I'm like, oh yeah, I know. But because it was something completely different, it was a girl in a pink skirt and top set, and she was doing ballet poses and dance poses and stuff in a studio. And because that's not my aesthetic, and that's not what I was comfortable in, it was just more it just meant more, you know what I mean, when she says that it was good. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have said oh, you can't dress, and people make fun of me for dressing like a boy, and that's what gets to me. Sometimes it gets to me, because I'm it's actually 2024. Why are we caring about what I'm putting on just because I'm wearing a baggy t-shirt instead of a tight one? That's dressing like a boy. It's crazy to me, because it's literally clothing. It's literally a piece of material that you choose to put on your body. I don't understand why that's such a mad thing. That's the only thing that ever gets to me, because when people say, oh, you can't dress or whatever, I just understand that fashion's subjective, and I see people and I'm like, that's not a good outfit, but that's in my brain. To them, they're thinking they've got that on, that's a really good thing. So I don't let it get to me when people say they don't like my style, because that's fine. Everyone has their own individual style, and everyone expresses themselves differently. There's no way that 60-year-old Karens are going to be in Doc Martens and emo they're not going to do that because that's not their aesthetic. So I think everyone should just appreciate everything and like what everyone wears. But yeah, definitely the worst thing is, oh, you dress like a boy. That gets to me the most, I would say. I would say I'll find one piece, and then so like it could literally be anything. But if I see like a pair of shoes I like, for example, I'm like, okay, now I'm styling the whole outfit around that pair of shoes. If it's like a hat, I'll be like, okay, I'm styling the whole outfit around that. But if it's a person, it would be like, normally I would go and look at what they normally wear, because obviously that's what people are most comfortable in. Like, so if someone like me, I'm not going to style them in a tiny skirt and a tiny top, because I wouldn't be comfortable in that, like, and I wouldn't be confident in that. Things only look good if you walk around with confidence wearing it as well. So you have to make sure that the person's comfortable. So yeah, I would probably just start off with whatever that person normally wears, what they're comfortable in, and then go from there. But mainly it's just you find one piece and then it's like the whole outfit's from there. That's normally what I do. I really like Louis Vuitton. I really like Louis Vuitton. In recent years as well. I liked a lot of the work that Virgil did. I like a lot of the stuff Pharrell Williams does. Is that his name? Pharrell? Yeah, Williams. Yeah, I got it right, yeah. But one of my favourite brands is Diesel, because they use a lot of denim. I really like denim. I'm not wearing any today, but be able to wear Diesel every single day. Like there's certain brands, for example, like Chanel. I would be able to wear a Chanel outfit to a runway or to a fashion show. But Diesel's more like every day. And I could imagine myself literally getting up, putting my Diesel like hoodie on or something, and then going out, and Diesel jeans, and going out the door. So it's very, very much an everyday, like, good for everything kind of thing. Okay. So, growing up, my main inspiration, or fascination, shall I say, was definitely my granddad. Like, I feel like most granddads, like, walk around with, like, cardigans and, like, suit trousers on, which he definitely does have those as well. But he used to, like, he always wears track suits, like, straight leg track suits. He always has Air Maxes on, which I really like, because obviously I'm obsessed with trainers. Like, I've got, like, I don't even know, like 40 pairs maybe. But that's definitely came from him and his Air Max collection. Definitely. And he's like 80 something, like. Also, obviously every kid's obsessed with shiny things, but I don't know what it was about him, but his gold rings, he always has chunky gold rings, chunky gold chains on his neck, on his wrists, watches. Like, definitely that's where I got my inspiration from for a lot of my jewellery choices as well. Like, I always have chunky rings on, and I do really mess with chunky jewellery a lot, and that's mainly because of him. Definitely Air Maxes and jewellery sides, definitely from him, yeah. Yeah, definitely, because I was seeing him wear it and not a lot of other people, it was like, oh, you can actually wear something different. And from that idea, that's where I was like, okay, so I can kind of wear what I want. And I was like, but I don't really see a lot of females wearing gold chunky jewellery. Only, like, it's kind of a male thing. And I was like, wow, like, he was actually trying to influence me to wear like the jewellery that he has. Like, this ring, this one's from him, for my 18th birthday. And, like, he was telling me to wear, like, the rings, and he was giving me bracelets and stuff. So I was just like, wow, like, he definitely pushed me, not even intentionally, because I know he doesn't like feel like he has style, or a lot of people looking at him, you might not think he does, but to me, like, he was definitely my biggest inspiration and like kind of pushed me forward. Okay, I would say my specific like aesthetic or niche is definitely streetwear, but I do take pieces from like every other aesthetic, but it's definitely like streetwear, like 90s to early 2000s hip hop, like 50 Cent, stuff like that, like the baggy clothes and Tims, like that's kind of my aesthetic, definitely. So I do get a lot of like hate, shall I say, for wearing streetwear sometimes, because it's like dressing like a boy or whatever. It's baggy. You can't really see my figure and stuff. But the main reason that I got into it was purely based off insecurity. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I don't like having my figure out because I wasn't happy with it and like stuff like that, and that's how I got into it. Like, I was just like, yeah, I just need to hide. So I started wearing massive extra large t-shirts because I'm like, yeah, no one can see what, like, because my whole life I've literally been judged of like what you look like, and it's just stupid. Like, I was literally 12 getting bullied for being flat chested, and then I'm like, I'm literally 12. So then I would wear like a big blazer to cover it, and I feel like it just started from young, just wearing bigger oversized clothes just to purely hide insecurity. But now, obviously, over the years I've gained confidence and stuff, but I'll always feel more comfortable and more confident in a baggy t-shirt and baggy like shorts than a tight dress and a little skirt. Like, I don't know, I feel like Billie Eilish said the same thing. She literally wears baggy clothes. The one time she wore like a vest that was tight, everyone started commenting about how big her boobs were and how fit she is, and I was like, the one time, and she literally was like, this is literally why I don't wear baggy stuff. Like, at work I get half as many tips as if I'm wearing a big baggy t-shirt than I do if I'm wearing a tight top. So yeah, it was definitely based off insecurity. Now, now it's becoming a trend, so I feel like I'm just sticking with it. But I do like it aesthetically, like it does look good. Just do it, literally just do it. And just remember that everyone has their own personal style. Like, literally everything is subjective. Everything in life is subjective. So if you fuck with something, then keep fucking with it and fuck with it hard. Like, just ignore what everyone else is saying, because they really don't know, because they don't see it. It's literally all about perspective. They don't see it from your perspective. And a lot of people, you know how many people there is in the world? There's like 8 billion people. Someone else is going to fuck with it. Someone else will appreciate your craft. Someone else will like your outfit. You can't be the only person in the world that does. So yeah, just in general, I would say, yeah, like, just make sure you fuck with your own stuff hard, and then everyone else will. My goals for the next 5 years, well, I want to finish uni. I want to work abroad, maybe like America. I do want to go to America because I feel like you really can't make it in the UK. It's so small that like you actually have to go out there and experience the world to like make it. So yeah, I would probably say a lot of travel. I want to obviously build my portfolio, work with more artists, more creators, more celebrities, everything. Like, yeah, definitely want to have like a clientele. in the next 5 years. Everything happens for a reason. It's the most basic one, but it's the one that I live by every single day. Just in general, like, everything does happen for a reason, and that's why if anything bad happens, like, I literally, sometimes I have like the worst days ever, but then the day after that is so much better because that day was so much worse. Like, you can't have sunshine without rain, and yeah, I just try and think positively as much as I can. I'd probably say that.